Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
Reindeer have hairy hooves.
Ew. Really? They're just...
Did you know that? No? Okay. No, don't talk to me.
We're going to be picking on you the whole show.
This is like the small version of Geeks Corner tonight.
Yeah, it's
so tonight
fun,
it's a very special thing, and you can join into the conversation by what, Cameron?
You should go to either thegeekscorner.com to watch us or Twitter using the hashtag GeeksCorner to have a conversation with us. Our faithful media team of the thousands will be responding shortly.
That's true.
And the amazing thing about our faithful media team is they're actually producing the show tonight.
Woo!
Turns out
one of us.
We are producing the show without a producer.
Yeah.
Both of our producers are gone tonight. They're both at their respective theme parks. And
their respective theme parks.
Wow.
Well, one's at that theme park and the other one's at that theme park. So
where we're hearing fireworks currently.
Where we are hearing fireworks from right now. And so we thought we could do it ourselves, but then we discovered we didn't know how to run the program. So we went back to the old way of using Google Hangouts.
This show is being run by Starbucks.
And because we're using Google Hangouts, we couldn't use our camera. So we went back to the old way and we're using a webcam.
Yeah. Sorry that I'm so pale.
It was like that scene in Jurassic Park where she slides into the computer and she's like, this is
a Linux
system. I know this.
I know this.
Also, why did the door lock and unlock?
I don't know.
Like there was no timing cohesion between the computer program and them trying to push the door closed and the dinosaur getting stronger as she messed up.
I don't know. And when you mentioned Jurassic Park, I thought you were going to go to, there are going to be like dinosaurs on this dino tour, right?
I really hate that, man.
Yeah, because I was thinking like there are going to be producers on this produced show, right?
So there was a little like DNA molecule. We're way off base now, but
yeah,
we didn't even get on. We never started on base tonight.
Guy, I'm in your blood. Like that gets stuck in my head to this day for several hours.
It is such a good clip.
Well, Maddie and I literally go dinosaur to each other all the time.
It's a dinosaur.
All the time.
Boom. Dino DNA.
All right, well, let's talk about something that has absolutely nothing to do with dinosaurs.
Woo!
And that is Disney Pixar's Onward, which is their newest film that's coming out.
There might be dinosaurs.
Let's really hope there's not.
No, you don't know that there's not going to be dinosaurs. You can't say that.
Pixar's done the dinosaur thing, and I think they're going to move on. I'm hoping.
Don't you mean extinct?
So
that was a Jurassic Park quote about the current subject. That's pretty good.
That is also Pixar related. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So this new film by Pixar is focusing on two brothers who embark on a quest to find out if magic still exists in the universe. I actually like the concept.
It's very hero's journey. I dig it.
Yeah, and it's part of the Walt Disney Company, so I feel like there has to be magic somewhere.
You would hope there's still some left in there somewhere.
Yeah.
It'd be really sad if they got to the end of the movie and they're like, nope.
Nope, there wasn't any pie.
No magic.
All science.
I don't know. Like half of them start fading to dust at the end, and then just
and they go, I don't want to go, and then just
or it's just math. They're in a computer.
The magic is math. They're mathematicians.
And then Donald Duck comes out.
Donald Duck and is Magic Land. A member of the SS party.
Yeah, never.
Like, that happened too.
Oh no.
That'd be pretty funny. Anyway, what do you think of the concept?
I like the casting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, casting has Chris Pratt, Tom Holland, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Octavia Spencer. She's fantastic. And then Dan Scanlon's directing it.
So our I don't want to go joke really became more relevant with Tom Holland.
Is he going to be the new Boromir that dies in everything he's in?
And it comes out of left field too. Like you think he got to the end of the movie just fine and then poof.
Hope you've seen the movie.
Anyway.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah. What do you think of it compared to recent Pixar concepts?
This feels more like some of the older stuff. It actually, I mean, it reminds me a lot of Brave. At least in how they presented it in the same way when Brave was coming out, where there's not a lot of information given. There's a basic concept given, and they've given you enough story structure to make you interested without knowing much about it.
Yeah.
I like that format of advertising.
I hope they continue with that really up till opening day.
Yeah.
Like I always thought that was their strongest way of promoting a film. It kind of reminds me of Up in a way too, because it's that going out and finding the adventure. And I mean, it's the journey part, I guess. It's really coming down to Toy Story also pops into my head.
and Ratatouille.
It's Bugs
and
Life.
Monsters Inc. And
sounds like rat and patootie. Sorry, that's just where my brain
yeah,
went.
that's fair.
I'm not.
But
surprised.
that is an accurate comparison because the Ratatouille had and I bring it up on the show a lot, the Fight Club effect, which is Fight Club was not advertised as a deep introspective Chuck Palahniuk film. It was advertised as an actiony fight up movie, and it's not. It is not that movie. In the same way Ratatouille is advertised, and I feel like this one's going to be, who knows what kind of film it's going to end up being, but it's vague enough that hopefully we get something surprising.
Cool. Yeah, I think you're right. Other new things that are coming along happen at Disneyland in 2019. There's lots of, there's the obvious one that Star Wars Galaxy's Edge will return to that.
Wait, when?
Nope.
Where is that going?
Before that happens, though, you've got Get Your Ears on a Mickey and Minnie celebration at Disney Park.
It starts in like a month.
Yeah, I think was it January 18th? So you've got Mickey's Mix Magic at night, which is I think it's going to be a projection with occasional pyrotechnics show.
But I think we're going to be so involved in the projections that we're not going to care.
So you're excited about it?
Where's it taking place?
All over.
Just all over the park?
I'm think of the technology from Disneyland Forever enhanced.
Well, because it says that it's like Small World Mall, Main Street, Rivers of America.
You know what I'd like to see them do? Project on both sides of the Matterhorn.
Yeah, the other side of the Matterhorn gets left out.
Well, then if you're in Tomorrowland, you could watch.
Album cover, Dark Side of the Matterhorn. I want somebody to Photoshop that immediately. That'd be really cool.
Mickey's Sensational Parade's returning on the 25th of January.
Wow, that's exciting.
That is true. And they're going to celebrate Valentine's Day with Mickey and Minnie.
So sweet.
They've done that in the past. I think it's pretty cute when they do things like that.
So not only do we get an After Dark event for Valentine's Day, we also get an entire month of Valentine's Day.
So you can get pictures anytime.
Yeah.
Lunar New Year is returning. That's always fun.
I'm very excited about that.
We like the food.
Dear the Pig.
I actually think I was thinking
the pork
about
products
this
are
the
going to
other
be
day.
wonderful.
I was thinking about this the other day when we were at Festival of Holidays. I actually think Lunar New Year has my favorite food of any of the festivals for
very much so.
Disney California Adventure.
Lunar New Year solidifies its place in my heart when we got free food.
Oh, that was the best.
Rained so hard. Everybody wanted to go home and were yelling at me for making them walk around and take pictures until you didn't yell at me, but everybody else did.
Thank you.
Until they started offering us free food, and then everybody was like, "Oh, I loved being there."
Because they said, "Sorry, we're closing down early. We have to get rid of all this food. You guys can have whatever you want." And I said, "This is my favorite festival ever.
Get all the food."
Thank you.
Okay, so if you've ever watched anime before, there's like a particular way that young anime leads usually eat food. It's like they've never eaten before, and they just kind of go, "Oh!" It was those foods eaten in that fashion. It was wonderful.
We ate on the covered up register and an umbrella. There was like 7 of us eating on registers.
It was frigid, I will say that.
Oh, it was cold.
Like, it was miserable.
I was wearing like 7 layers, and they were all soaked through.
But everybody was completely right to be complaining because it was miserable.
It was the worst.
But the food made up for it. The amazing thing is, after the food, we didn't leave.
We're like, now we're warm on the inside.
Yeah, and then we were full of food, and then we went to Disneyland, and it was magical.
Exactly. So they're also having 2 new attractions coming to Pixar Pier next year. The Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind and Jesse's Critter Carousel, which will be fun and cute. And everybody's been talking about those. It's amazing when you're walking through Pixar Pier how many people talk about those.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just as you're walking, you hear people talking, and that's always fun.
I think I'm the most excited for Critter Carousel just to see those new little...
Doobles.
Yeah, the doobles.
Yeah.
Rideables. Food and Wine's returning.
Obviously.
Yes.
That's important
2 of my favorite things.
And then that Galaxy's Edge thing is opening.
So tell me more about this.
Is that the Star Trek Wars I've been hearing so much about?
Yes. That needs to be a video, doesn't it?
Well, it's very different than the great migration of Star Wars fans known as the Star Wars Trek.
Anyway, I just want to walk in to Galaxy's Edge and be like,
wrong.
"Where's the pointy-eared man? The pointy-eared man is not here."
The one that uses the logic and has the green blood. Tell me.
Where is he? Tell me.
I must find the doctor so he may insult him.
So is this an Imperial officer looking for Spock? Is that what I'm hearing? Because I hear a weird British accent thing happening.
It's kind of transatlantic. Here's the news. We're looking for the Vulcan. Tell us.
Oh, so it's Romulan.
Oh, boy.
Romulans are basically the Empire with pointy ears. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, that's what we're all saying.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That's exactly what we were saying.
Okay, that's what I
That's
thought.
exactly what we were saying.
I don't know.
Side note, Ferengis, weird, right?
Mhm.
I'm sorry, what? I couldn't hear you over your spot cup. What was that?
She's only seen the first incarnation of Ferengi.
Which isn't
twice.
bad. They're kind of menacing
but
the first
it's
time.
the first incarnation of them. They change what they are further on in the show.
We've watched 0 movies. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's going
They're
on.
not in the movies.
They're
don't
not.
worry.
Oh goodness, they're not in the movies.
No,
I would watch a Ferengi movie. It'd be
I would not
hilarious.
watch a Ferengi movie. That would be filthy.
Second incarnation. I would.
Would Maddie watch a Ferengi movie?
DS9 Ferengi movie.
Maddie-
I would totally
Maddie
watch.
would
The inept ones, the bumbling ones.
They're fun. So let's keep
fun.
moving forward as we're moving.
Keep
through the
moving
year.
forward.
Also coming at some point, probably 2020 is my guess. I didn't actually read the article.
The year of
I
great
wrote.
vision.
Oh,
How many jokes are going to be
did I
that
write
year,
that
by the
article?
way?
I think I did.
Okay.
What?
How many jokes are going to be in 2020 about vision and
If only I
looking
had
forward?
2020
Yeah,
vision.
it's going to be bad.
Which
Hindsight
is
being
interesting because that's
2020.
very likely a chance when some of the Global Avengers Initiative attractions opens. And
Brace yourself
how
now
is
for the
that
bad
for a-
jokes.
yeah.
Oh,
There's gonna be a ton of them. So they're basically creating a storyline for all of the Avengers in park attractions and characters, which I actually think works
that's
pretty
cool.
well.
Great. That is, I think, one of the better unifying park choices I've heard in a long time, because it allows for uniqueness of experience within each individual park, but also adds a cohesion for the experience overall. It gives people more of an excuse to go see the other parks, but it also gives a sense of bigger than yourself moment while in the parks, which I enjoy.
When are we going to learn what the hatch does?
So I think it'd be really funny.
If they just removed the hatch.
No. I think they build this whole thing. The hatch stays there. They never acknowledge it.
That's good
People
storytelling.
just keep talking
That's
about
very
it.
good storytelling. If they do that and just,
I would give them so much credit because people have been talking about that hatch since the day Mission Breakout opened, right? And I mean, we were talking about it. So we're like, oh, there's a hatch. Wonder what that's for. Oh, it's for the new Marvel area.
Now,
Well, that we didn't know that yet.
this did come up
We were guessing.
recently. I was just having a conversation. There is a comic storyline where Captain Marvel has been sealed away as a precursor to the Avengers Initiative, because of some time travel stuff. Not with Ant-Man in the comics, but could be.
So she like frozen or something?
She's sealed in a cryogenic vault.
I figured.
That's like an underground thing.
So they Han Solo'd her.
They intentionally Captain America'd her
Okay,
for
that's
the same reason. And it was like a hatch.
But they didn't know Captain America had done that.
Well, they did because of time travel. I'm more curious from a park design standpoint. Were they looking that far ahead for Captain Marvel?
I would rather just see Agent Coulson climb out of it and like have
No, I was going to say.
nonchalantly. Hey guys.
and then go right back down.
12, 1, 2, 3, 34, and 5, Captain Marvel actually comes out of the hatch for meet and greet.
That's her meet and greet location. That would be amazing.
She just pops out.
So you were curious what the hatch was.
Yeah.
Surprise! No, that
it'd be that.
you never
It'd be
know.
very that.
I want Mohawk suit Captain Marvel so bad in the parks.
Captain Mohawk.
Oh, so much.
You really think it's
So
gonna happen though?
No.
I don't either.
No. I want it.
Captain Mohawk.
Other thing going on in the parks is something that you can now bring home. You may have noticed that we've been collecting these fun little mugs behind us
Where did those come
for
from?
the last couple of years. These are the Starbucks. What are they? Because they're not You Are Here mugs, but they kind of
Yes,
are.
they
but
are. It's the You Are Here collection.
That is so
So, I was
confusing.
gonna say,
but
pick
they
up-
just did this whole thing where like, we don't do this anymore.
Yeah, so corporate Starbucks don't. There's stuff in here. Starbucks, You Are Here collection, Disney parks.
There's a GPS tracker in every mug, so they always know where you are.
Yeah. So Starbucks rebranded.
And they're listening to us.
And well, Starbucks is always listening.
Hello, Starbucks
rebranded,
overlords.
and we now have the Been There collection. But Disneyland said we do whatever we want, and so they still have the You Are Here collection. Hoping it doesn't ever change into the Been There collection, but who's to say?
Been there, done that. Yeah.
Been there, done that. I was really afraid that chair was gonna break just now.
You never know.
That'd have been fun.
You
Been a
really
fun
never
little
know.
Episode.
It could
Did
happen.
you have fun mom energy for a minute there?
Yeah.
This is a nice room for an office. Or,
A nursery.
A nursery.
Anyway.
I don't know what's going on.
Neither do we.
Okay, that's good. But now you can get these how?
You can go on Shop Disney Parks. You can go on the app or you can go on the website and you can order them. You can order them for any domestic park. So Disneyland, California Adventure or any.
It's the ones at Magic Kingdom that I kept forgetting to buy.
Yeah.
The thing I have to wonder though is this a good thing?
So my issue is you are not there.
Valid point. Valid point, Katie. Take the floor.
It's the You Are Here collection. It's to commemorate where you've been, and you're not there. So you could just be like, oh, I need to get the Magic Kingdom mug before it changes in 3 months, and you buy it. But you were never there at Magic Kingdom during the period that was out. So I don't know.
I was there though. I just didn't get it.
Okay.
I didn't want to carry it around.
So then you're allowed. There we go.
Okay,
you're
so
allowed to buy the mug.
Should, like, your pass should have to have been scanned in or something. I don't know.
You go in the Shop Disney Parks app and you have to present your ticket to them.
Yes, scan it, and it's like, oh yeah, you were there.
And
sir, there's been an unregulated mug sold.
He was not there.
I have 30 more.
They give you 30
so
more?
Bailey said, no, you can buy them though. Bailey said, you mean that Cameron, Katie, and Mr. Daps walk around Galaxy's Edge wearing Star Trek gear? I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Remember, that has been done when Star Tours reopened. An entire crew went to. That is true.
This is, we do all have
death looks for that one.
We do all have.
It was one of the
Star
few
Trek.
times I was a little bit worried about my safety
while
walking into Star Tours.
We could upgrade it a little bit. We can walk around looking slightly disheveled with long brown dusters, talking about how we're on the outer edge territories, and.
But can we all have the Bluetooth
final
communicators?
frontier.
Kind of.
And then communicate with each other with the Bluetooth communicators.
We could be looking for a Cybok. Too deep? Too deep?
When does the Gorn show up?
The Gorn?
Did you know that reference?
No, I did not. That was over my head.
Well, those two did, I think. But
Nerds.
We'll tell you after the show.
It's
that was great. If you know the
Gorn.
reference, hashtag Geeks Corner, leave a comment in.
Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Educate us, please.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be magical.
All right. Let's move to the world of movies.
To the world of movies.
Avengers Endgame has released its first trailer.
Oh boy.
Who would like to talk first about this? You're sad?
I'm sad. I really tried not to watch it because I knew I was going to be sad. And then I watched it and I was sad.
Can I add to your sadness?
Yeah.
So there was a press release released in Europe this week. Yes.
Release.
They released a release in Europe. And apparently the end is an explosive, devastating ending.
Yep.
What?
Mm-hmm.
No. Wait, no, it's supposed to be okay.
I feel like
it's supposed to end, everyone's supposed to be happy.
What is this? Is it 4 months away? 3 months away?
It's
April.
5 months. That's how much.
It's gonna
4
be
months.
It's gonna be. There's characters going to die.
Well, I think it's gonna be 4 months of building anxiety for Marvel fans, and then who knows what's gonna happen after that.
Stark's gonna die in Pot's arms. Like, it's gonna be.
Oh, that's so messed up. They were talking about having kids.
Yeah, it's gonna be so
Do you think
good.
it's gonna be that, or do you think she's gonna die right before he does, and he has to watch it?
Oh no!
Yay! This is gonna be so bad.
I'm sorry.
They should hire us to write these stories.
Oh,
Maddie
so
screamed twice during Infinity War.
Ugh.
Twice.
No,
it wasn't just a scream. It was like,
this is the Thanos honest truth. I literally, my favorite part of the movie was the cut to black and hearing what like projected over me at the screen.
I was gonna say, you weren't next to her in the middle of the movie when the most tragic death to her happened, and she was like, no,
it was great.
No, and then someone next to us was underneath their seat. There was a lot.
Caitlin was climbing underneath her seat.
I wasn't trying to call Caitlin out, but
I am, because you're not watching tonight, so I can say whatever I want.
You've been Geek Corner.
Come defend your honor using the hashtag Geeks Corner.
Oh wait, you have to get back on Twitter.
What is the time? Oh boy, 9:48. Time to wrap this bad boy up.
Can we talk about Ant-Man?
Ant-Man, yeah.
Please do.
Paul Antman.
The end of the trailer.
Is so good.
Hey guys.
You remember? I love that is the most in character thing.
Oh my gosh.
It was perfect.
Yeah. Also, there was like weird stuff with. I'm not sure if you guys noticed it with the timestamp on the video, because they kind of call it out and they're like, "What is this a live video?"
Yeah.
But there's like a 90-something timestamp on it.
Yeah.
It's like 95 or something like that. So they're questioning it. Obviously, it has to do with quantum realm and traveling through space-time. I'm curious to see how much that plays in with Captain Marvel. I'm wondering if she's in the van. That's my first thought.
That's a good point.
I like that.
I've got a lady in the car.
You might want to meet her.
She was glowing. I thought she had a mohawk. She doesn't.
I like that.
I'm a little bit terrified.
I don't know where I've been, but I've seen some stuff.
I can scoop ice cream. That's
so what's going to be the most devastating death in this movie for you?
Why are you saying it like that? Stop laughing.
Because we all know that's what we're all dreading.
Hot take: Thanos' death is going to be the most devastating of the film.
Really?
Oh yeah, like because in the first, what Infinity War did best was make us sympathize, or at least like recognize Thanos' story.
You could understand it.
It's a Thanos-centric story.
Yeah,
I think because the best part about the beginning of this movie is he has achieved his own hero's journey. There's a shot in the trailer that shows something that's very, very pertinent from the comics, which is his armor is quite literally a scarecrow in the middle of a field, which is something in the comics he says often. He's when I'm done, this will be no more than a scarecrow. I'll go back to farming. Like he's done. He's done. He has. So we're going to watch him lose his success, like the thing that drove his life. If our heroes succeed, it means his failure. Yeah. And I think there's going to be a moment of turn that'll actually make us really feel for Thanos.
So you think that's going to be worse over Tony Stark, Pepper Potts?
I think they're going to go so hard for brutality with that like it's almost going to become a wash of like a saturation of suck.
But you think you've got like Tony Stark in particular, you've got 10 years of following the guy and rooting for him.
Yeah, but I don't.
And then you've got Captain America, who's got what?
If it's between Tony Stark and Captain America, I think Captain America is more devastating.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Like that's.
To me, that's the one.
And it's going to be
the
Bucky's going to be there too. Oh, it's going to be so, and he's going to take up the shield. It's going to be so good, you guys.
I think that will be.
It's going to be so good.
The moment, one of those two.
That's going to be so good.
I mean, really, could be all three of them together going one after each other, and that would be pretty brutal. As
nice thing to say. I thought we were your friends.
I'm just trying to think of if I were in the Russo brothers' shoes, how would I play it off? That would be good storytelling, be what needs to happen, but not what people want to have happen.
Yeah,
because that's often what's most important in storytelling is not giving them exactly what they want; it's giving them what they need.
That's why I wonder if they're going to keep Stark alive.
They might,
because I think. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff in the comics where Old Man Stark, full of regret, is a follow through that they go with, and like. What happens if Spider-Man is just dead and through the multi-dimension they open up the Spider-Verse and there's Miles Morales Spider-Man that comes in. I don't see them missing that beat because the Sony Spider-Verse movie just came out to grand success and they still own the rights to those characters.
Yeah.
I could see them doing something with that.
I do think the real gut punch with Stark would be if they killed off Pepper Potts and made Tony Stark live.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely brutal. And it would give them an excuse to not work with that particular actress, which I've heard they've not had a great time with.
I kind of think that might happen. All right, Doctor Strange
in the Neighborhood.
We know for sure they're making a sequel now. They're bringing the director back from the first one, which is Scott Derrickson. That's all great. They're writing screenplay, whatever. What do you think the story should be?
Unlike many of the other characters they've done so far, I think it's kind of lather, rinse, repeat for most of those as far as set up a baddie almost wins, hero triumphs. And I mean, it's pretty standard superhero stuff. Doctor Strange gets real weird.
It can go anywhere.
Yeah, and it can go, I mean, there's a lot of like follow quests for getting particular items of magical power.
So he's a video game character.
He honestly, yeah, he has a lot more options for visually stunning and compelling storytelling than I think a lot of the other characters do. Like more than Iron Man at this point, because they've explored most of the big stuff. The only reason we feel for him so much is the deep personal connection we have from watching those. But Doctor Strange can really live up to his last name as far as the stuff they can do. And I think this Doctor Strange will do what they were attempting to set up with Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern, which is a very diverse, very open-ended alien world that has 1,000 different directions they could go in. They failed with Reynolds, obviously, but I think they set this up to do well.
That's an interesting idea. What would you like to see the cost of this movie be?
As far as like budget?
No, like what's the risk?
Oh, I was like,
there's always an emotional cost for the hero. Like, what do you see that being?
So he was texting and driving. And then
check your texts.
He crashed. Ooh. And then he can't use his hands anymore. I think that would be really...
That would be devastating.
That'd be a really interesting story. I think, especially if his career was something that like needed his hands. I think that if he lost control of his hands,
like a neurosurgeon or something like that.
Something like that, or like I don't know, like a sculptor.
A heart doctor for the head.
Yeah, something like that. I like what you're thinking. Yeah, if he couldn't control his hands, that would be devastating.
Oh, that's so good.
And then the moral of the story is don't text and drive.
Drink your milk.
Wear your seatbelt. You know, and then go to other dimensions using your hands. I don't know. You know.
Yep. Cool.
That was really.
That was fantastic.
I don't know what I'd do without you guys.
We don't know either.
In the legitimate cost spectrum.
Yes.
So the real trick of it and the risk they're playing with this movie is that there's only so much danger you can add to a character before it just becomes a wash of like, it's too big. He's got to save the world again. Like it's, I think it's
kind of the Marvel curse.
Yeah. I think the interesting thing is that he's always been the defender of Earth from threats that no other Avenger or superhero in that realm can even
fathom.
Like it's magic. It's a different playing field entirely. They kind of touch on it with Dormammu with the scale of the kind of villains they can go up against. I don't think it's going to be a scale issue. I think it's going to be an undoing issue. I could see Doctor Strange posing a threat to the timeline that if we see a victory for the Avengers, seeing something,
he's having to fix
like
whatever,
an undoing of things that happened in the past and having an emotional cost of like, you could fix this thing that's happened, or you can circumvent this happening, but it will have a benefit to you in some way that we haven't been able to establish.
Or set up the immovable object.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
force type.
And something that he actually has to make an emotionally connected sacrificial choice to.
And then he has to give up his fiance or whatever she is.
Yeah. Something it doesn't leave the audience just thinking, okay, so he got to punch harder than the other one and make it go boom.
Yeah. Like, I'd like there to be some sort of thinking process he has to go through to figure it out. And
he is supposed to be very close to the most intelligent Avenger.
That's why I feel like, I mean, he's a brain surgeon, so
he's supposed to be smarter than RDJ, close to not there, but close to in wealth. Do you know who the smartest two Avengers are? Makes me very happy.
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner's number one. Yep. You know who's right behind him?
No.
Thor. He's been studying for thousands of years on Asgard.
Yeah.
Like he's a genius, and they don't even touch. He's become this big lughead thing, but in the comics, like he's Asgardian and he is a god king. Like he's been studying for thousands of years. But
that makes sense. Yeah. All right, final topic for tonight. The Mandalorian announced its cast this week. Pedro Pascal is the title role, I guess. I'm hoping they give him a name.
Nope, just the Mandalorian.
Okay. I actually
Mandalorian.
That's you actually bring up a really good point. That sounds more like old westerns to me, like than anything. And I really hope this is an old western thing.
They also have Gina Carano. I don't know how to say their names, but we've got a bunch of other people in the show. Is there anybody that's really jumping out at you? Nick Nolte, I saw, was in there.
That's interesting for an older actor. I'm curious what role he's going to play.
I'm sure he's the guy that's.
I'm gonna teach you how to do a thing.
I'm putting together a team.
And at the end of the first season, he's gonna get killed, and so then the Mandalorian has to go.
I'm a liability because I might die in real life.
Yeah. What do we think about the Mandalorian from what we've heard so far?
I think it's going to be a much more Firefly-esque take on the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
I think that's fun.
Star Wars!
Okay, you don't care as long as it's Star Wars. That's great. Well, we are running out of time for tonight.
You should totally go to thegeekscorner.com. That is thegeekscorner.com. We talk a lot about stuff and things, and guess what? It's all there.
You should go to dapsmagic.com, read all of the stuff and read all of the things, all of the Disney and geek news as it happens, and find our Patreon. Find out how to become a DAPS Magic maker.
Make sure to subscribe to this channel and come back next week when we're using real cameras and lights.
Maybe. Who's to say? This might be more fun.
This was filmed on a potato.
This was pretty Hey, we didn't use a red Solo cup, though, so that's...
Much the disappointment of the fans, probably.
I know, they were hoping. Anyway, subscribe to this channel. Find us on social media. We love to connect with you during the week. We'd love to see you in the parks. We're there every Sunday. But that is all the time we have for you this week. So we will see you actually next week on Christmas.
Christmas!
So Merry Christmas.
Merry Chrysler.
And we'll see you around the corner. So normally right now you'd be seeing the credits, but instead you see subscribe button. So take a moment and subscribe to Katie's face because we're going to put it right there. And then Maddie's going to cut us off as soon as the 20 seconds is off. But subscribe. It'll be fun.
That is unpleasant.